Hey, how you doing? Dan and Zinga here for anybody who is watching this video. I'm actually gonna make a series of videos. It's called "How to Be a Top Rep, Top Sales Rep, Salesperson or Top Rep." Um, I feel like there's a way, there's a technique. There's a lot of salespeople. Actually, everybody really is a salesperson. Whether you're making money off of it or not, you're actually selling something. Whether it be trying to get that girl to date you, whether it be you raising your kids, you're selling. Selling is basically presenting something and having somebody agree with it or take it, or accept whatever you're trying to sell to them. But for those who this video is mainly, these videos, I'm gonna make a series of videos mainly for people who want to be top salespeople, who want to make money at it, who want to be good at it. A lot of these videos, people who make these videos like that, they'll walk around their house and show their success. And a lot of people want to be salespeople so that they can make the money. My videos are not really going to focus on all of that. The success will come. I just want to focus on the techniques of selling, what you can do to become a better salesperson, basically the journey, the transformation from being average or not selling at all to being able to sell. And once you fall in love with the selling game itself, then the success will come. But I don't want to dwell on showing you a bunch of cars and house and all that stuff, because there's a separation between the materialist reason why you would sell. Not that that's bad, but I want to focus on just the skill of it, the love of it, and it's a beautiful thing to be able to help somebody see another reality, see another possibility that they didn't see. I might sell every day. I talk to people all the time, and some people from the beginning they tell you they're not gonna buy anything. They're not interested in what I'm selling. They're not interested in at all. And to be able to talk to them and in 5 minutes they see another reality, and next thing you know they got their credit card in hand. That's a beautiful thing. Whether you're selling something that's quick or something that takes months. I've sold all of them, from mortgages, insurance, to helping people buy houses, to quick sales, to something that you sell right away, to vacation packages. All of that. I've kind of sold all of them. I've put together all the different knowledge that I have, and I do want to share it with people who want to learn, and basically give this technique on how you can become a top sales rep in any company that you're working with, and do it very, very quickly. So, kind of rules of the game. I'm gonna have a bunch of different videos, but main principle or different rules that I want to have. You're not gonna be able to learn how to be a top rep just by listening to me. Okay, you really have to not only apply what I'm saying, but also there's a dialogue that has to happen before you even understand fully what I'm saying. And it seems some people are like, well, I get what you're saying, but I promise you that it's with the dialogue that you're gonna have with me, back and forth, that you'll fully get it. So if anybody wants to be a sales rep, if you're serious about it, I'm not asking you to send me any money or anything like that, but I do want you to comment about what I'm talking about. Give your opinion, ask questions. If you agree with everything I'm saying, just say you agree and give your opinion, and maybe rephrase it as if you were explaining it to somebody else. That process of explaining it or talking, that dialogue, that's where you're going to change into being a top salesperson. You're not going to be a top salesperson just by listening or even just by reading. A lot of this stuff, and I've written a couple books myself, but it's hard to get what you're gonna get just from a book, because it does happen through a series of conversations, through a series of dialogues. And I believe that if you follow the steps, which the steps is write about it, write in the comments so we can go back, I can respond, and we can go back and forth, and I can guide you through the process. And if you apply, if you actually do the homework, what I'm asking you to do, and comment in the comments when you do it, I guarantee you that you will be a top sales rep. And I've joined different companies or different fields of work that I've gone through, and I've always been with these teachings, gone up to being top 5, top 10, and like the whole country, and being a top salesperson. So I'm not here to talk about myself. I'm here to give the techniques and tell you how to be a sales rep. Okay, so here we go. First thing, don't forget, you got to write in the comments. So, first principle, and there's many different conversations. It's almost like a 12-step program to being the best that you can be. but I'm gonna go start with the first principle. Really, is that you have to believe that you can be a top rep, and that's easy because anybody can believe. It doesn't cost anything. It's just you don't have to prove anything. Believing is just you just believe it in your head that you can. This transformation or this being a top rep is possible for you. That's the first thing you got to do, and you got to acknowledge that you want something different than you have now. Even if you're good right now, well, I want something different. I want to be the best, or I want to be the best in my company. I want to be better than I was last year. I want to, sell more than I did before. That is actually the first step. You got to acknowledge that you want something different. If a lot of salespeople I know, they just go on their in the field and just try to sell randomly. They don't have any goals. They don't have anything really set. They're just going through the motion. If you want to be a top sales rep, you have to always acknowledge that you want something different than you have now. And it's basically like a game. You want something different than reality. All right, so that's kind of the main thing. The declaration, we're going to start today with the declaration, is where you start being a top salesperson. And so I'm going to ask you guys a couple questions, and that's the thing with doing these videos or reading a book, is that it's not really a dialogue. I'm just talking. But when I train people, when I've trained a lot of other people, as a personal coach and a coach to help people in their lives as a life coach, where they get the transformation is when there's a question posed and they have to go find that answer. So when I do a video and I just tell you the answer, it kind of lessens your ability to get it or to be transformed, because you have to go out and find that answer and say, okay, I get it, or I want it, this is what I want, different. You really have to, that process is really there. So there's a series of questions I'm going to ask. I want you to think about the answers and write them in the comments, and then we'll continue with the dialogue as we go forward. But very important that you search for the answers, even if it seems simple. For example, a question I would ask was, we're talking about declarations. Was independence created before the Declaration of Independence, or was the Declaration of Independence written before they had a war? And obviously the answer would be, well, they declared it first. The declaration is made before the reality happens. That's how it works. Okay, the champion doesn't win and then decide to win. He declares that I'm going to win. He puts a goal, and then he goes and he gets it. He creates a reality, okay, to support it. So it's the same way you got to do that as well. You make a declaration of what it's going to be, and then you fill in the gaps to reach what you want to be. So whether it be, I want to get 10 clients a month or 10 clients a day, depending on what field or what kind of sales that you're in. If the people that are kind of in my field, where you want to get 3-4 clients a day or 1 client a day, you got to declare it and say that you're a top 5 rep, that see what the top 5 make, or the top 10, or the number 1 makes, whatever you want to declare, and say, this is what I'm going to be, and this is who I am, and I'm going to get there by filling in the gaps. Okay, so declaration. So in your comments, I want you to basically answer what comes first. Is it the declaration or the success? And if you have not made a declaration, a declaration doesn't mean you just think it. Declaration means you say it, it is known, people know you for that, your family supports you in that, and this is what you have declared, this is what is going to happen. That's basically the first part, which is important. Thing I want to add on a side note is the difference between informative versus transformative learning. Okay, I don't want this to be informative learning, although we have an informative format, which is, I'm giving a video and you listen, you get informed, or like you read a book. That's all information that I'm giving you. Your transformation, or you're not going to be a top rep just by doing that. It has to be transformative learning, and transformative means when you become another person. You don't just take the information I'm using and try to apply it. You actually become another person. You transform into a top rep, into a top salesperson, and you are a top sales rep. Not that you just have the skills for it. So what I'm going to be teaching you guys, or the conversation we're going to be having, and they're going to go a little bit longer than 5 minutes or 10 minutes, is transformative. You have to be transformed, and the transformation happens through the conversation. Transformation won't happen just by getting the information. You got to actually find the answers, go through it, spend time meditating on it, applying new things in your life. And to be transformed, you really have to suspend belief of what you already thought you knew. To be changed, you have to, people like to try to fit new information with the information that they already had, okay? But what you already have could have been an illusion or untrue, and you believe it to be true. So that technique of informative is they try to get more information that they didn't have and put it and mix it in with the old information. If it doesn't fit, then they reject the new information. That's how most people learn, but that's not transformative. Okay, to be transformed, you almost have to eliminate the old information. I'm not telling you totally forget it, but suspend belief in a way. And we all have this ability. Some people think, well, how do I suspend belief? I already know that it's true. Knowing is the enemy of learning, believe me. If you think you know everything already, it's going to be hard to learn new information that might conflict with what you thought you already knew. Okay, and we do it all the time. When people go to watch a movie, the movie's not real. They're just actors. It's the same actor you saw in your other favorite movie. Yet, you cry, you feel suspense, you're scared for them, and you get all the emotions as if it was real. And when you're watching the movie and you're in that state and somebody next to you is like, it's not real, you're kind of annoyed with them, like, shut up, it's real, like, let me get in this movie. What you have done, and we all have that ability, if not, you wouldn't be able to enjoy a movie, is we suspend in our minds. It's like you put it up here, reality, and you allow yourself to believe that this is somewhat real so that you can enjoy the emotion, so you can get the emotion and you can get the thought, the fear, you can go through the process that the actors are going through. That's what suspending belief means. So as a salesperson, you want to do that as well. To learn what I'm going to say, you want to kind of suspend what you thought you already knew and allow the new information to come in. Okay, and this even works when you're actually selling. When I sell, I suspend the belief that I'm trying to get a sale, I'm trying to make money, I'm trying to be successful. I kind of put it up here. What I want to just focus on is the process of selling. How can I help this client in front of me? How can I bring the most value? What can I do for them? And it's not about how much money I'm going to make and how much sales I'm going to make. Although that's important. But just like you do with the movies, you suspend the belief and you don't think about it and you just focus on the process, the joy, the love of selling, the ability to, if you can, make them see another reality. I don't want to say you convince them, but it is what it is. You want them to see another reality. And that's a beautiful thing, to create a new reality for somebody that they didn't see. I was in the dark and now I see. I was blind and now I see. That's what you're doing as a salesperson. Somebody who says, this is not right for me, or I don't need this, and you help them see something else. You help them overcome the cloud that was blocking their eyes, that was stopping them from seeing what your product, the benefits of your product, and taking it. That's the beautiful thing. Not to bully people into getting your product, but just help them see how beautiful that your product is. That's a beautiful thing. So, again, I just want to tap on. Again, this is the first conversation. I'm giving you guys a lot of content to comment on. Okay, so write it, take a little notes or whatever, and I want you to comment on the different things that I'm going to say. Knowing, I'm going to go back to knowing. Knowing is the enemy of learning. It's hard to learn when you think you know everything already. Okay, you have to basically know that you don't know everything. But also, I want to say that knowing really makes little difference to if you're going to be a top rep or not. A lot of people know what to do, but they don't do it because they just got information, but they did not get transformation. So, for example, I'm sure there's a lot of people here, a lot of people in the world that know what it takes to lose weight. Yet there's a lot of people that are overweight. Everybody knows that you gotta exercise and you gotta eat right, and they know how to do that, but they don't, because knowing it means nothing without transformation. Okay, a lot of people know what it takes to quit smoking. Just don't buy more cigarettes. Cut it out. People know how to end conflicts and end wars. They know it. Knowing does not mean anything without application and without transformation. So I'm just saying that again so that you can realize that just getting this information is not going to change anything and make you a top rep. So this is kind of the first video. I haven't got into the techniques of selling, into all the beautiful things, but the first thing that we start is about making that declaration. So I talked in the beginning, you got to make a declaration of what type of salesperson you want to be, what is your goal, what you're going to do, and then make that this is the reality as if it's now, and now you're going to fill in the gaps and make it happen. So the declaration is where it starts. You got to first acknowledge that you don't have what you want right now, and you make a declaration that you're gonna have it. This is what it's gonna be, and that's really the first assignment that I want. Write in the notes. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna be? And remember that. Get your mind ready so that because the next conversation is gonna be really good. All right. So that's all I have for right now. I'm waiting for the comments. I would suggest not going to the second video until you've put in the comments. You've had the conversation, you've thought about it, and you're ready to know exactly what you want to declare and how far you want to move forward. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Again, this is Dan and Zinga, and it is my pleasure to give this information out, and hopefully it will be beneficial to you. For all the salespeople out there that want to be top reps, trust me, you want to hear the rest of these conversations. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.